undermining congressional intent. As was stated earlier, in 1994, in a Democratic-controlled House, it was passed on a bipartisan basis to make it clear. And as Mr. Nadler was saying, why do we get involved? Because this is an interstate commerce issue. It's an interstate commerce issue, and we have federal rules on the books dealing with interstate commerce, and California is doing things that are disrupting that. And Mr. DeFazio, or no, excuse me, not Mr. DeFazio, Mr. Nadler also made a comment about these big industries that support interest. Well, let me tell you who this supports. It's the trial lawyers. The trial lawyers are one of the largest contributors to the other side of any contributor. This is a boon for them. There are trucking companies that are based in California that have already paid out $50 and $60 million. And let me tell you, the truck drivers there's out there saying they're defending are probably not getting much of that benefit. These are going to big law firms that are taking these cases. We have trucking companies that are leaving California and already have left, or deciding they're not going to go to California because of this. This is an interstate commerce issue. This is an issue that, as Mr. Ribble pointed out, constitutionally, this is our duty to make sure that we do this. And as I said, we already have federal regulations on the book when it comes to duty and truck driving. And it also is important, not just the trucking industry, the railroad industry, the airline industry, people that go across these state lines to make sure there's not a patchwork of state laws and regulations that disrupt and undermine the efficiency of the interstate commerce. So again, and as was also mentioned, this was passed on the floor with a bipartisan vote. Unfortunately, it didn't make it to the end, but here we are today again, debating this, which I think is the right thing to do. I oppose Ms. Napolitano's amendment and look forward, if any other member wishes to speak, we'll go to the vote. Mr.
Yeah, Mr.
Barletta.
Chairman, real quickly,